Again, some more information on the food stamp crisis of November and an interesting email out of the USDA. Yeah, interesting. Anyway, we're going to talk about that here in this live stream as well, as I do want to answer a question that I've received literally hundreds of times over the last several days here from many of you here in this community that have been reaching out asking things like, what about Indiana? What about Florida? What about Texas? What about Virginia? What about Oklahoma? What about Washington State? What about California? And again, I'm just pulling up some just different states across the country, obviously, but I've seen a lot of comments rolling in. Many people asking, what about this respective state, this respective area? And I want to focus on that for you as well, because I get it. A lot of you here in this community, very concerned about your food stamp, your SNAP benefit, any money being deposited onto EBT cards. And where we're currently at with this. So want to bring up to speed as far as what we know as of right now, again, and then in just a couple minutes here, I will focus on that email sent out by USDA that was leaked. And we're going to talk about that as well, because this is interesting as well. But it may put a stop to a lot of different things that are happening right now to help food stamp beneficiaries during this little bit of a lapse of benefits before new money is deposited onto EBT cards. So more on that USDA email in just a minute here. Let's talk about the burning question that many of you have been asking down below in the comment section. A bunch today. I've seen it many times today. I saw it a bunch yesterday, the last couple of days, many people reaching out with essentially the same question, which is, what about my respective area, my state? What about this? Okay. And again, just fill in the blank with whatever state you can think of. It doesn't really matter. I've probably seen the comment of just people saying, what about this state? Are we included? Okay, here's the deal. Right now, during this lapse of benefits, hopefully this isn't going to last a whole lot longer, but we are in the first lapse of food stamp benefits in the history of this country right now, okay? Obviously, there's a lot of states out there that are offering benefits on the state level. They've allocated, millions of dollars of emergency funds where they're actually paying these out of state emergency funds at the moment. There's not every state. Some states are doing it. Some different areas, like big metropolitan areas, are offering this as well. Not everyone. Some, not a ton. Some states have offered states of emergency and also to basically get food to the people that are not getting those benefits at the moment here, okay? With that being said, though, with all of these new developments that we've seen, not only today, but the last couple of days here, especially with the announcement out of the Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent, earlier today. You saw me with that live stream earlier today. I was out a few hours ago with another video breaking down the details there and showing that 7-page order that was handed down by the district federal judge earlier as well. I had a live stream this morning. I had the video a few hours ago showing you that 7-page order, okay? So just a lot of things have been transpiring here, but long story short is this. A lot of people just asking, what about me, my state, my area? Okay. Obviously, there's a lot of states that are rolling this out on the state-by-state level, just trying to do what they can on the respective state level. Definitely not every state, but there are certainly some that are doing some things, okay? But when it comes down to the remarks out of the Treasury Secretary, the actions out of USDA, the distribution of the $5.25 billion of the emergency fund from the USDA, who gets that? Who gets that? The answer is everybody across the country. Everybody, all 42 million beneficiaries. That's who gets it, okay? Now, I also had a couple comments rolling in from some people saying, what do you mean by partial payment? Okay, in that video that I had out earlier, I was saying that they need $9.2 billion. And again, I've said this many, many times over the last several days. They need $9.2 billion to send out the full benefit. They have about 5.2. They're $4 billion short. So my point is they have about half the money. It's a little more than half, but just to be fair for easy mathematical purposes, let's just say it's half. They have about half of the money that they need to send out to beneficiaries for the month of November. Only about half, okay? That's what I mean by the partial payment comments that I've made a few times throughout the day today in live streams and in the video from earlier. I said is that this week, it's anticipated that money should start hitting accounts, EBT cards, on Wednesday. Don't hold me to that, okay? The reason that I say that is this is what they're telling us. This is the remarks that we heard earlier, but just because they say it doesn't necessarily mean that that's, totally going to happen. I don't know. This is what they said, right? I shared with you earlier the remarks out of the Treasury Secretary earlier today in an interview on State of the Union, the TV show. But other than that, we don't know, okay? Only time is going to tell here to see. But remember, it's only going to be a partial. So when you get some money pending on Wednesday or whenever the money happens to hit your EBT, provided it comes in on Wednesday, you might look at it and think, what happened to all my money? I was supposed to get X dollars, and it's only about half the amount that I typically get. Before we all panic, I'm warning you right now, the money that's going to arrive this week, according to what they've said, is only going to be roughly 50% of what you're used to getting for now. And then they're going to pay back pay, retroactive pay. At some point, they will come back and pay that probably within the next couple weeks here. We don't know. That's still up in the air right now. We do not have a definitive time frame on when that extra remaining balance would be paid to the beneficiaries. I'm just saying it sounds like within the next 2-ish weeks or so, give or take a little bit of time. We don't know though. The anticipation is sometime around the middle of the month, but we still don't know. That is all subject to change, okay? Just want to make that very clear for you. But anyway, so that's what that's all about. So again, quickly recapping here, the question that I presented at the beginning of this video, the live stream that I've seen literally hundreds of times over the last several days here from many of you that watch these videos and that have been reaching out down below have been saying, am I included? I'm in this state. Am I included? I'm in this other state. Again, fill in the blank with any state that you can think of. It does not matter. Who's included for this? The simple answer is everybody, okay? Everybody. If you're getting food stamps from Maine to California, okay, literally from Florida to Washington, okay, literally across the entire country, because what we're talking about here is action out of the federal entity, as in USDA, taking action to distribute the $5.2 billion in the emergency fund, which was ruled by the federal judge saying, you must do this. You said you could do it. In other words, talking to the administration. And that was all highlighted in that 7-page ruling that I showed you on the screen in that last video just a few hours ago. Check that out. If you have not seen it yet, the ruling is literally put right up on the screen as I'm talking. You can see it for yourself right there. That was from District Judge John McConnell out of the state of Rhode Island. Okay, so check that out. If you did not see that video from just like 3 hours ago or something like that, it was this afternoon. Okay, so check that one out. Okay, that's that. I think I answered that for you. If I didn't clarify that enough, drop your comments down below. I can certainly come back in another dedicated video or live stream. No problem whatsoever. I can certainly do that for you if I did not clarify that one clearly enough. But to answer it again, who's included? Everybody. But be aware, another quick little recap, it's only going to be about half of what you're used to generally getting as far as the initial partial payment this week, according to what they've said, okay? I know I said that a few times. Just wanted to really hammer that home so we're all on the same page here so that we don't get payments on Wednesday or whenever they roll in and then say, this is not right. Which, by the way, quick side note, huge shout out to Carlos. He reached out earlier today. I think it was on maybe the live stream from this morning. I'm not sure when it was. But Carlos reached out and said, just checked my app. I have $204 pending on his app. Okay, so he had $204 pending according to his comment earlier today. I'm not sure if any of you have checked your accounts. I'm not saying that it's going to be there right now. I don't know. But based on what they've said, coming later in the middle of the week. Okay, so according to Carlos in his comment, again, Carlos, if you're watching this, huge shout out to you. Thank you so much for the comment. But he reached out and said he had $204 pending and it was supposed to hit his account on Tuesday, which would be the 4th of the month. Okay, so that's awesome. Again, I'm not sure if this is consistent with what was said out of the Treasury Secretary, but Carlos was seeing that pending payment, which is honestly very exciting and very encouraging for a lot of people. Okay, that's that. Now, let's talk about this weird email out of USDA. Okay, this is, you got to be kidding me. Okay, anyway. Okay, so within food stamps or the SNAP program formally, there's a rule called equal treatment rule, essentially. Okay, it's the equal treatment rule. Are you aware of this? Are you aware of the equal treatment rule? Let me explain it to you really quickly. So here's what's happening. Right now, look across the country. It's everywhere. Everywhere you see this. I mean, there are grocery stores everywhere that are offering special discounts, that are offering sales, that are offering 50% off. They're offering all kinds of stuff. In fact, I saw a headline today that came across. I mean, this is pretty cool. Some butcher, I'm not sure where he was located, he gave away $10,000 worth of meat from his butcher shop. How cool is that, right? You walk in, hey, yo, can I get some like fillets or something? Yeah, sure, no problem, right? Just gives all free meat. I don't know. That's awesome, right? How cool is that? But my point is, you see these deals and these discounts and special giveaways and stuff like this all the time. I mean, it's everywhere right now. Look across all these different huge businesses, corporations, grocers, stuff like that. It's all over the place. Anyway, an email was sent out by USDA, okay? And again, this is based on a posting that I saw. Apparently, Washington Post got access to this email and they presented it earlier, which I found, okay, which is kind of interesting. But apparently USDA sent out this email to grocers across the country stating the equal treatment rule. Basically what this states is that grocers must offer equal products at the same price with the same terms and conditions to everybody else as they do to SNAP beneficiaries. Long story short, they cannot offer a dedicated basically food stamp / SNAP benefit / EBT sale or concession or service to these beneficiaries. They can't run an offer that says 50% off of all your food for SNAP beneficiaries. Can't do it. It's a violation of SNAP. They cannot do that. Okay. Anyway, my point is there's a lot of grocery stores out there right now that are offering special discounts, special sales, all kinds of special things for EBT card holders. And that's a violation of the program. They could literally lose their privileges of being able to accept SNAP benefits in the future if they're busted giving these sales. Seriously, it's a real thing, okay? So anyway, apparently, according to that information that I found, this email was sent out to grocers all across the country, and basically USDA said, you can't be offering these. You cannot offer special discounts to food stamp beneficiaries, to SNAP beneficiaries, to EBT card holders. You must be offering equal products at the same price with the same terms and conditions, no special offers. You can't give somebody a break right now. If you're going to offer a discount, it has to be offered to everybody, not just EBT card holders. Interesting, right? I'm going to be fair with you. I was not fully aware of this rule. I was not fully aware of this rule until I looked into it and I thought, oh, that's weird. That's really interesting. I did not fully understand that until I came across this and thought, that is very, very interesting. By the way, drop your comments down below. I'd love to hear what you think about that. Do you think that's super weird? I mean, don't get me wrong. The grocers are awesome for offering these discounts, but for them to be able to offer, say, a 50% discount, which some are, they're literally offering 50% discounts on grocery purchases, like come in and buy what you want. If you're on EBT, get 50% off. They're literally offering this. Not everybody, but some are. How cool is that? Now, here's the thing. As a grocer, on maybe, like maybe 100 different orders or something, I don't know how many people come in any given day or weekend or something like that have an EBT card, but maybe they can think, we can offer 50% off of, say, like 100 or 200 orders or something like that. We'll just eat the difference. And, it's like feels good to help people out. But if they were to offer that to every single person that walks through their door, that would not be good for the grocer. I mean, they'd be losing money hand over fist, right? It'd be not a good thing for the grocer. My point is, with the equal treatment rule, according to this, they have to offer it to everybody. So rather than giving a break to the people that are not getting their, SNAP food stamp benefits right now, these grocers are basically just saying, okay, well, cancel the order. I mean, cancel the offer. We can't offer this anymore because we cannot offer it to 100% of the people that come in our institution or through our doors because we basically just can't do that. I mean, the store would be wiped out in no time. Everybody in town would get word of this deal and be like, they're offering 50% off. Go, let's load up the car, right? So anyway, what they're doing instead is they're literally just canceling these offers and these special concessions and discounts because they can't offer it to everybody. And again, which is consistent with the rules of SNAP. Interesting. Anyway, this is about what I have for you right now. Again, wanted to come back for you really quickly here in this live stream and just jump on the details on this and just let you know where we're currently at. Talk about the latest details here, this weird email out of USDA, as well as answer those questions that many of you have been asking earlier or the last several days here. Hundreds and hundreds of comments coming in. By the way, if you're just jumping on really fast here, a fast little recap super quickly here, which is this. I've had a lot of comments coming in. I mean, hundreds of comments over the last several days from people reaching out saying, I'm in XYZ state. Again, fill in the blank with whatever state you can think of. It does not matter. Many people asking, what about this state? am I included also? Remember, states are offering different concessions on the state level. Everything we heard out of the Treasury Secretary today, the rulings out of the federal judges, anything that the USDA is doing is all encompassing nationwide. Nationwide, everybody, 42 million people included on that. As of right now, we anticipate to get new information out of the courts tomorrow. Tomorrow by noon, East Coast time, we should have a whole lot more answers. I anticipate I'll be back with you probably multiple times tomorrow in videos and in live streams, bringing the latest updates on what's happening. We will have an update out of the courts by tomorrow at noon. Stay tuned. If you're not subscribed yet, please make sure to subscribe. I'll be here for you in any way that I possibly can be. We're going to have another few busy days here, but anticipate some pending payments here in a matter of days, according to what they have said. But just because they said it doesn't mean it's actually going to happen on time. We're anticipating that it will, but maybe it actually won't. I don't know. They said Wednesday. Let's see what happens. Only time will tell. Anyway, please subscribe if you're new here. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. I will do whatever I can to answer your questions, to be here by your side every single day. Please have a nice evening. Thanks for watching this. Please subscribe if you haven't done so. Check out the other videos from earlier.